I'm going to go ahead and get started on YouTube here. And again, even on this YouTube one, they just recently changed a lot of the interface. So if it looks like, I'm looking for something that used to be where it was. Google is notorious, unfortunately, for they just make these interface changes occasionally out of the blue. So they just kind of moved to this new YouTube Studio. So it's a little bit new for us here. But I'm going to navigate to YouTube how you might typically do that, or a faculty member. Now, I know a lot of people like to get to their mail. Let me go ahead and share my screen here.
Andrew, I think I speak for all of us that we find it absolutely appalling that you not being up to speed on the current YouTube format is unacceptable.
I am so sorry. I apologize profusely. Okay, does everybody see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I know a lot of people navigate to their email. They come to the main website, and you may have a different way of doing it. Some people come here and then they go to the employees, wherever the employee page is. And then if over here is employee email. So I'm just going to do it that way. It seems like a lot of people that I run into, that's how they get to their email. So if you want to go ahead and get into your email like this, and then if you notice up in the top right corner, you do have a grid of like all your other tools and cool stuff that Google offers. And you don't see it immediately, but if you scroll down, you do have a YouTube button right there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that.
Oh my gosh.
And now some, yeah, now some of you, I'm just going to ask out there, does anybody get any kind of like, well, we might want to run into it. If this is the first time you ever logged into your Mesa account on YouTube, we might get a thing where it needs to verify who you are. So just go ahead and raise your hand or just chime in if something pops up and you're like, wait a minute, it just wants me to verify, and then we can walk through that. So,
Okay.
so this is basically, your YouTube channel, but at Mesa. And I do just say, because sometimes people get confused of what YouTube they're in. Like, am I on my personal one? Or am I on my? So just, always be cognizant over here in the upper right. You can always click on that icon and you can get it, it'll tell you up here like which YouTube that you're in. You should be able to identify that you're on your Mesa CC one. So just make sure, because we have had in the past where people mix it up and they end up uploading a ton of videos to their personal one. And that's not what we want to have happen. So I would just say that's like the big first, like, just always be sure you're logged in and navigating through your Mesa account, your Mesa YouTube.
Yeah. Just went through my ASU one instead of my Mesa one. It's like, that's not where we're supposed to be.
Right, right.
So I closed out my ASU and now I'll look at try the Mesa again.
Excellent. So once you do get into here, where a lot of the work and stuff gets done is in YouTube Studio, and that's going to be under this menu. If I click on that logo there, I can come down and hit the little gear, and then it's going to take us to YouTube Studio. And this is just kind of your dashboard. Is everybody at this?
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. It keeps telling me you're in ASU, and
okay.
I'm
you
trying to get
want to
out.
like actually sign out of your ASU account.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get confused.
Okay, I'll get in and get out.
Tube Studio. Okay, I see it.
And I'll give everybody a minute here just to.
It has, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, it's a dashboard, just gives you an idea of like what your top videos are. And this is all new. They never had these analytics and things like that. You can kind of see what your most popular videos and things like that are.
That's cool.
In the dashboard here.
Mine has lots of zeros.
I know, right? If you've never used it, are you doing okay getting into your Mesa account?
I think so. Okay. I'm a different color. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's making me my Chandler Gilbert when I did Chandler Gilbert, but made Chandler Gilbert, but is that good enough?
Yeah, as long as it's one of the community colleges, you should be all right. So yeah, you just want to make sure, you click up again, I'll back up here to the main. When you get logged in, you just click on that logo up in the top right and then go to YouTube Studio.
Oh, okay, so click on the, and then, so you clicked on, I don't see the CTL. I clicked on my name. Is
Yeah,
that what you did?
yeah, that's your account. Yeah, it's going to look different than mine.
It's
Do you,
not.
do you see a menu come up like this?
Yeah, it doesn't look that good. Oh, it says create a channel. I got that. It says YouTube Studio. Okay, click on that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, and then it's got my name, and I just
Okay.
I just agree. I just say create channel. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Explore the new YouTube Studio. Is that what
Is
we're,
it, yeah, is it
That's
asking you
fine.
to say like a confirmation?
okay, I'll just say got it. Like
Okay.
okay. So now it looks like yours.
Okay, very good. Excellent. So yeah, you'll notice you just kind of get a dashboard and whatnot. And if you're interested in like, I need to get a video up like just now, I need to get something up quickly. You literally can just stop right here because you'll see up here there's a button called create.
Oh, wow.
And I'll just use this that last video we generated in the last tutorial with Screencast-O-Matic. So say I just did finish that
Okay.
and I just want to upload a video. Now it's weird with the new one, you can't do multiple videos. You have to do one at a time. And I have no idea why they regressed it to that. Because I've tried, you used to be able to like take a video off the desktop, like a bunch of them, and drag them right into this screen and it would upload all of them. But now, excuse me, it only lets you do one at a time. So
That's okay.
there's a couple of ways you can do this. So if like, for instance, my file that I need to get to is behind this window. So I'd be more apt to just select the file instead of dragging it because I can't see it with this window in front of it. So if you do that, it brings up a navigator to where you can go to your desktop or whatnot, or on the PC File Explorer, and then you can just pick the video file itself. So I just select that, I hit open, and you see the little graphic starts to get animated, and now it's actually uploading the file right now. So while it's uploading, and that was a very short one, you can see down here in the lower left, you see how it's processing and it's doing its thing.
Oh, yeah.
These details are where you can go in and now title the video. So, obviously you would maybe want to title it whatever the slideshow was or the chapter, or that's totally up to you what you want to title things. Again, a lot of this stuff, description is totally optional. If you feel like you want to write a paragraph or a little short synopsis about what the video is like, you can absolutely do that as well.
Zero. Oh, there's a word count on, 5,000. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you
plenty.
can, a pretty long description. Yeah. So if you wanted to cut and paste something in there, you could do that. What's really cool is, like I said, for longer videos. So see, it actually finished because it was like a 2-minute video and like it populated over here. But for instance, if you noticed when I started uploading and we immediately got taken to this screen, it generates a YouTube link even before it's done. So you could even copy and give this link out before the video is even done. But if you
Oh.
do that, if you send that out immediately, just let people know, hey, I just started uploading this video. It may not be available yet, but this is the link. It will be available. So if they were to click on that link, like before YouTube was done with it, they would get like the video is not available yet, please come back later, or something like that, or this video is still processing, you need to come back later. So, but it is cool because if you just got to get this thing uploading and get a link generated, you could always just copy and paste this link into a text file or into an email that you don't have to send right away, and then you could always come back and check, and when the video is ready, then you could send the email out and the link would already be in there and you'd be ready to go. It does give you the option once you come in here, you can click whatever the thumbnail is. That's like what appears on the page to people. Like, and that, again, that's optional. It gives you a couple of choices. It kind of auto does this. It looks through your video and gives you a couple of options. Playlists is really up to you. If you know you're going to be uploading a lot of the same type of content, say for a chapter or something like that, like maybe I'm going to make a few screencasts about a certain chapter, you could always create a playlist right here on the fly and do that. So I just clicked on this pull down menu right here. And these are just some playlists that already exist. So if your playlist that already exists, you would just click that and it would go into that playlist on YouTube. If not, you do have a new playlist option available, and that's right down here. And then you can give it a title or something like that. Um, Religion or whatever you want to do. If you know you're going to have maybe multiple videos in chapter 7 or something like that, and you're going to put more videos in this playlist, you can do that. I do recommend.
Playlist is, oh, sorry, playlist means videos? Just a
Yeah,
list of videos? That's what I was
and
trying to
I'll
figure out. What does that
yeah,
really
and I'll go right, and I'm going to go over playlists. Yeah, after we actually generate this one, I'll show you what a playlist looks like. And I just recommend most faculty are kind of concerned, like maybe you don't want your videos visible or searchable or things like that. It is safe to just, if you make your videos unlisted, is usually what I tell folks to do, because in that case, they don't show up in your page. Like if people search, your videos won't show up in a search or anything like that. And it also it locks down the video to where people need the specific link to get to the video. So it just kind of hides your video a little bit more. I definitely wouldn't recommend private. You don't want to do private, because then what you have to do with private is you have to specify by email each person that has access to it, which
Oh.
we don't want to do. So I would just recommend doing unlisted. And that's going to give you, some privacy. They have to have the link to get to the video. So I'm just going to say, yeah, create, and then hit done. So now that is in the playlist. Uh, this is new. This is part of this new YouTube studio. I feel like I just tell people that all of our videos are not made for kids. It's like a legal thing in case something in a video is offensive or whatnot. So I just feel like, as a blanket safety precaution, I just say, no, it's not made for kids. And I just recommend that to everybody. And this is new. I typically don't recommend, but you can open the more options, because this is all like a lot of other
Oh, I see.
extraneous stuff that really doesn't, you really don't have to worry about. We are going to go over subtitles in a minute as well. But it's automatically going to do English subtitles. It basically, when you upload to YouTube, it has like an algorithm and machine learning. It's going to chew through your video and automatically create closed captioning. And I'm going to show you how and where to maybe edit those things, because I know with some folks, like in life sciences or chemistry, the YouTube doesn't perfectly get some more complicated terminology, like maybe anatomy type things or chemistry type things, or you may need to go through and just make a couple corrections to the captions and whatnot. But I typically don't. You really don't have to go into these advanced features. I usually just say you just want to leave all of that stuff as default. And so once we're done at the end of here, you're going to hit next over here in the lower right. And that's just going to take us to step 2, video elements. And again, I typically don't do a lot here. Again, this is part of the new YouTube studio. This kind of just adds a little bit more complication. And you can add cards and whatnot, but so for instance, you could navigate through your video, add a card, where it's going to bring something up in the video. If you do like a playlist, you could like promote a playlist within this video. And I just usually recommend not doing it. It just confuses students, and it kind of adds a little bit more visual disturbance to your videos. But we are looking more into that, how it could be used maybe, but mostly we're just concerned with getting your screencasts and whatnot up to speed and whatnot. Oops, I think I may have backed out of that. Let's see. Okay, we were here. So I usually tell folks to just go ahead and go and hit next. And then again, I would just, again, select unlisted. It really is the best option for everybody. It hides your video from public searches and weird stuff like that, so it doesn't show up in auto-generated algorithms for other people. And it just makes it so you have to give the link out to people. And then I would say at this point, if you haven't already, just as a convenience thing, you can click on this little icon and it copies the link to your clipboard. So now you can go paste the link wherever you need it, in an email or in a Canvas course or wherever you need to go. That's going to be what you need to do. So at this point, again, I really don't bother with schedule or anything like that. You click on save. And then this is kind of the end result. It tells you your video is published. And again, it gives you the link down here. It gives you another opportunity to copy the link one more time to your clipboard, and you close it. And then you can see it's going to come up. And if you click on this videos, it's the second one down on the left here. This is where all your new videos will show up. So you can always go back and make edits to the titles, or if you do want to change something from unlisted, eventually to public or something like that, you can do it and get to the link again. That's another good thing is some people like, oh, I need the link to that video. If you come back, log in and go into this videos and come here and you hit these options, this little three dots right here, you can get the shareable link. If you click on that and you can see link copied to clipboard. So I have the link again. What I'll go into next, because this is kind of important. Does anybody have hearing impaired or anything like that? Anybody, students that are hearing impaired and whatnot in their classes?
No, but I'm interested anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because it's really nice because YouTube takes a lot of the heavy lifting out of captioning, because we used to do it manually and it's usually like a 6 or a 7-to-1 ratio. If you have a 1-hour video, it usually takes up to 7 hours to close caption it.
Oh my gosh.
Because people don't understand. It's like, not only do you have to have the script, you have to extract people what they're saying into text. You have to time it. The timing of when that text appears is what's so time consuming. Yeah, where YouTube just does a brilliant job. Now, we just uploaded this video, so I'm going to look at it, but we may have to go to a video I've uploaded before to show you what the subtitles look like. I'm just going to click on the video itself. If I hit edit, so where they are is, again, I'm going to go back so you catch that. So once I'm going to start at the beginning. So you come to your dashboard, you need to go and check the captions. So, and this is going to be the one you use the most of the time, this videos. This is to get to all your videos that you've uploaded, and that's going to give you this main list. So if you needed to go to captioning, you need to come to this little pencil, and that appears on each video that you've uploaded. If you go, you can see I roll over. So if I click on details, that takes me into the ability. So see, this is where I can come and edit the title again. Maybe I want to change the description. It basically goes through all the stuff. You can make changes to all the stuff we just went through under this little pencil. But if you go down, here is the subtitles at the bottom. And I'm going to predict, I don't know, it was a short video. Let's see if they actually got auto-generated. So I click on that, and yeah, they have not been generated for this one yet. So I can't show you with this video. So I'm going to click back, and we have some other videos.
It's an actual person?
No, it's just text. It's like
they're translating it still. They're actually
it's machine language. It's doing it. Yeah, it's doing it like kind of like how Siri and stuff recognizes your voice and stuff. It's that same technology. It's like listening to the audio of your videos and then doing it magically.
Okay, so
yeah.
It's not a person operator, like a human operator. Okay.
No. So let's see. I uploaded these a couple days ago for Annalisa Alvarez in anthropology. Let's see if it's done anything with her videos. We recorded some labs.
Cool.
So let's go to subtitles. So you can see on this one over here, published automatic. So the automatic subtitles have been generated. And the way you can confirm that, you see these little dots pop up. I click on that. And what you have to do is, because they're still transitioning between classic and like this new studio, to do the subtitling, they still haven't moved it to this new. So you want to pick on this edit on classic studio. So again, you just come to this published automatic, you click on those 3 dots and then hit edit on classic studio. And then it's gonna open up another tab. So we were here, so it actually brings up the captioning stuff in another tab in your browser. So this is the captioning and stuff, and it's pretty cool because you can see what I can do is if I hit the edit button up here at the top, it's going to ungray all this stuff. So now all these captions are editable.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yeah, so we've had, and then what you do is here's how you go through, because we, like I said, we have some anatomy, some nursing stuff that has some very weird words. And like I said, because this is new and it's machine language, the YouTube algorithm doesn't always pick up some of the more complicated words. Also, I would encourage you, what also affects good subtitling is good audio. The audio that you record, the better audio and the more clearly you enunciate, the better that YouTube is going to pick up your voice and do better captioning with. For instance, I clicked on that edit and now I'm in the edit mode. And if I hit play, so you can see it's running through down here as the captions appear, and you can pause and you can actually be like, oh, didn't get that word right. So what you can do is pause the video where you're at, and you can click to, and you can see it highlight over there on the left too. So see, I can click, or I can literally just go over here on the left and just pick what I need to edit. So if I notice there's like maybe a misspelling or something like that, if you just click on here, you can make that change right in the captions themselves. And then what you do is you just pick right back up and just keep watching the video. But as you can see, YouTube does a pretty good job of doing. It's kind of amazing. It takes a huge weight off for captioning, because there's that. It's like, again, it's getting the text component and the timing component, and I would say like the timing, it gets almost like 95% like
Wow.
spot on. But I do see occasionally if there is bad audio, or maybe it's a term that it just doesn't recognize, you may see it flub up or make a mistake and it will be misspelled or something like that. But very, very rarely do I see a timing problem. I can't remember the last time. You can see it advances over here on the left as we watch the video, and it scrolls up automatically for you as we go through. So that's all you would do is you would come here. If maybe you perhaps, you come in here and there was a spot where you used a lot of terminology or something like that, you can definitely scrub through the video. You can see down here and you can get further along, or where you need to be. You can go back and forth and maybe check a few of those longer terms, or things like that. So really useful tool. Does anybody have any questions up to this point?
Yes, so this automatically, the captioning, and we didn't have to do anything special in order to make it happen.
No, it's totally automatic. Yeah. It's just
Wow.
that and usually because they've been using this stuff, they know they just have to click that closed captioning button when they go to watch the video. There'll be a little CC button on the video, and they just need to turn that on. But typically, people that are hearing impaired and whatnot, they have YouTube set up to just auto have the captioning on all the time anyway. But you can see even on this video, it shows up over here, this little CC down here. That's how you can turn it on in the video. And I'll just remind you, it just depending on how long your videos are, it's just, we don't have a lot of control over how long it takes to generate those captions. Because like I said, it's up to YouTube and YouTube's vast distributed network across the globe. I mean, they're processing videos for literally millions of people simultaneously. It's kind of mind-boggling, but you just may find some days it takes longer for the captions to appear. It could be an hour, it could be hours. It just depends. It's just hard to predict. Some days are busier than others. So just be aware of that. Like if you go to a video and like, where are my captions? It just means it hasn't chewed through it yet. But I would encourage you, because, we really want to be cognizant of the hearing impaired and whatnot, use, a good headset with a good microphone if you can, or, maybe do some testing at first just to make sure your environment where you're recording your screencasts and stuff, like you're not getting a lot of background noise, a lot of echo and things like that, because that's what can maybe cause the captioning not to be so good. So I would just encourage you, like if you can, sequester yourself in a quieter area. Maybe, I right now I'm using these, ear pods that came with my iPhone, and I know they sell these pretty cheaply separately. But you may want to think of getting something like that with a good microphone that's close to you and things like that. So, because that will kind of, determine your captioning and stuff like that.
How do I sound? I have no idea.
Oh, you sound really good, actually. I would just say there is a little bit of a room echo, but not more than usual.
Okay, I try to.
I'm in an actual professional sound studio, so like we have like soundproofed walls and stuff. So
Mm.
I don't know if I'm echoing or not, or how I sound. Do I sound decent?
Yeah, you sound very decent. Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I would just say, but both of you sound actually pretty good where you are. But I would say, you know, yeah, a crowded coffee shop or something like that might not be a good place unless it's in a pinch. I mean, if you're like, I got to get this video up and Alexa up
I
there,
don't think any of them are going to be open anyway.
I know, right? Everything's shutting down as we speak. But yeah, I would just say, be aware of background noise and things like that if you can, try and do your recordings in a quieter environment. And then once you've gone through your captions and stuff, you just click the save changes. Um, and it basically it locks it up, and then it just says subtitles have been published, and you're good to go from here. So you can then just close this tab, and then it just takes you back to where we were in our YouTube, the studio, the video studio here, where we navigated away. So if I click refresh, so now it has the automatic and the corrected stuff that I did, so we're all set, not a problem. And then you can just back it up here, and then just going down the line, this is where you kind of will come to just check up on all your videos and stuff. And like I said, you can go to each one and make changes if you do think you need to relabel something, or maybe you did forget to get that link directly. You can always come here, get the shareable link and things like that. You can even download your video to a file on your computer if for some reason you wanted to do that. I don't know why you might want to, but maybe, I mean, I know some advanced people have some editing, video editing skills, so they might want to stitch some things together or add, I don't know what to their videos. So if you did want to get fancy with it, you could download the video, but I don't know why you'd want to do that because we have the original one already that we generated from Screencast-O-Matic. So it might be just in case like you deleted this and then you're like, wow, I need that video from a year ago. You can come back here and download it again if you for some reason needed to get it again.
So it will save forever?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll just, until, I mean, if Google ever goes away, I don't know what would happen. There would probably be a time where they'd offer like the ability to download your videos. Like if Google went out of business for some
Right.
amazing reason, they'd probably be like, hey, you have 6 months to download all your videos because YouTube is bankrupt or something like that. I don't, they would give you the opportunity to get your videos. But I would encourage you, if you do have the hard drive space, to archive your originals.
Okay.
It's just a good idea. Also, if you did want to move, like for some reason, maybe we get a new platform for sharing videos in the future
Oh,
that's better than
right.
YouTube, or because of security reasons or district policies, we need to
See.
be more locked down. And so they're like, we need your videos to be here now, not YouTube. You just never know. So it's always a good idea to archive your originals
Assuming they're
if you
that
have
good
that.
enough to save, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely up to you. Up to you.
Yeah.
That's
It
totally up
looks
to you.
pretty easy to delete. Should I like, for example, I imagine I would post something and it looked like there was a delete
Yeah,
button with those little
it's right
dots.
here, and if I click on
Okay, delete
delete,
forever.
delete forever, it's going to give you a chance.
Oh,
Are
I
you
see.
absolutely sure? And you
Oh,
have to
okay.
check this box, and then you have to click that delete forever, and it's gone.
Okay.
Point. But also, you can see it gives you one last time you can download it, and then you have it, and then you could delete it. So, yeah, you do have some options.
I was thinking if I made a mistake and, you know, gave information that had to change, and then I went, oh man, I made that
Yes.
video. I better make a new video.
And then
Or
that,
would it
in
be
that,
better to just edit that video, I guess?
yeah, or honestly, what you would then do is if it was a Screencast-O-Matic, that's why you could go back into Screencast-O-Matic, and remember you can bring up the Screencast-O-Matic that you
Oh, and
recorded and make the edits, and
right.
then
Okay. So,
re-export out of Screencast-O-Matic. You'll have a new video. You would come in and delete the old one here, and then you would just re-upload the new version of it. So then you would have the corrected one uploaded.
okay. Oh, very
That's
good.
that would be the best, most easiest workflow. So if you say your students are like, yeah, you went over this topic here, I don't know if that's right, and you're like, ooh, that is totally like wrong. Then the workflow would be to go back to Screencast-O-Matic, bring up the video, make the edits, or re-record the screencast if you need to, and re-export, and then come back here, delete the old one. So you would come here, delete the old one, and then just do the upload again from the create button and upload the new one. And then that new one will show up as the first one on the list again. And then
Okay.
it would be
'Cause
okay.
I saw it before when you were saving this one, it had the two, right? It had two versions of itself.
Um, of
Forgot
the,
how exactly what it was. It was just before you settled on this screen. It had two.
oh, that was the subtitling, I think.
Oh, if that was for subtitle. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
for the
Yep,
publication.
okay.
Yeah, that was just for subtitling. but-
Titles. So okay,
I
thank
would
you.
encourage you probably like, I mean, if it's something blatantly wrong, you might want to take the video down immediately, but I would say probably get the new one up before you delete
First.
the old one. Just
Yes,
if
yes, for
students are
sure.
like, scrambling to watch something, and then just you may want to notify them like, hey, made a mistake in the last one. The new one is up now at this new link,
I was
because
just thinking just with change, I mean, the content shouldn't change that much, but if yeah, I'm just imagining scenarios.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
that I would have to just change something like, okay, we're not doing that anymore. And instead of that, maybe just
Right.
deleting it or,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
the big, I wish the feature they've never added, which I wish there was like literally a replace video feature. Like there's no way to
yes, yeah,
just
that's kind of
replace.
what I had in mind. Like
Yeah,
just,
and
yeah.
there isn't one. You have to
Okay.
you have to delete the old one and re-up a new one. And unfortunately, whenever you upload a video, you have a new link. So you got to send that new link.
Okay. Okay. Well, at
The
least I
old one,
know. At least I
yeah.
know to be very careful when I'm ready, really ready, then post it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's good, good topic to bring up for sure. Now playlists, for instance, so playlist is just a way where you can group things into, just like songs, if you have like 80s or whatever, just you could make your playlists however you want. If you want to do it by chapter or excuse me, topic, or that really is up to you when you create the playlist. But if you come in here, I just clicked on that playlist icon over there, and you can see that playlist appear. We have other playlists in here, and it's cool because even though you may have added some things to that playlist, you can make edits to it. So if I go into one that I've created down here already, this new student orientation, you can see we have a bunch of stuff in here already, and you can actually, if you click on stuff, you can move it around in the playlist. If you want to move it to the top, to the bottom, I can even remove it from this playlist if I feel like it. So you have a lot of options with that. And if you want to maybe make give a link to people like they definitely need to watch these 8 videos in this playlist. If you come right here, for instance, let's see, where is it? If you click on it, click on the playlist, and then you click on this share button, there's the link for the playlist. So basically, if you copy this and now give this link to anybody, when they click on the link, they're going to get this. It's going to come to this with all of the things in this playlist.
And that was just under,
Yeah, let me back
it
up.
was just that where the little
Close
pen
it.
was. Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
It's actually over here is one of the main like menu items.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
I'm going to draw a
playlists.
picture of it.
And it's a little confusing. Like they used to keep a lot of this stuff in the same window, but for instance, like when I click playlist, just see it opens up another tab here. So we still have this stuff open, and then now we're in the playlist tab. So just be aware because sometimes it can get confusing where you're at. And then this just shows you any of the playlists that you've created. So you can come in here and make edits, get your links that you want to send to people. It looks like, see, I can even drag and drop like the order if I want to.
Oh,
So I
nice.
can like totally change things up. Yeah, I can delete and things like that. So this stuff, I wouldn't worry about any of these things up the top. And again, to get the link to the playlist, just come over here and click share and do a copy, and then you're good to go. This one doesn't have a description. You can add a description of the playlist if you feel like it. You could also come up here and edit the title of the playlist after the fact. So you're not locked into anything with playlists. You can totally change it up. And because you might like add things on the fly, like, during that screen when we're uploading, it does give you the option to create a playlist or add to an existing one. If you change your mind later, this is where you can come and make those changes. So real flexible. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, YouTube, they have a lot of other stuff, but we just don't like to confuse things too much. We just want to get you up and running, uploading your videos. A lot of this stuff is for people obviously make a living doing YouTube these days. So there are a lot of these analytics and comments and things like that that we don't go into too much. We just want to get your content up there and have it be deliverable to students. And that's basically, I mean, we've covered pretty much everything that I can think of at this point. I can't think of anything else unless you have any more questions. I think we're pretty much, we're good. You can do batch editing like the stuff if you know you want to delete a lot of stuff. And you can also do some filtering here. This is kind of like the power list. This is your power tool right here, this list of all your videos. So you can see if you come up here, you can filter by title. So if I click by title, I can just like type in a keyword and everything with that in the title will come up. You're trying to search, because some people's channels can have like 50, 100 videos in it. And you're like, when did I publish that? So this will give you, this filter might give you the ability to do it, to get it more sorted to where you need to go. You can also, if you click on stuff, for instance, like I can click on multiple videos. So say I've selected these 3 videos, you can batch stuff. So now I can actually do stuff to all 3 of these videos simultaneously.
So you can group
So see,
them.
yeah, so I could pick the videos I want under a playlist, and then I could say add the, I could check the playlist, and then all 3 of those videos that I have checked will then be added to that playlist instead of doing it one at a time.
Did you name all these things? Or like I would have to build that thing that you just showed. I think
oh yeah, all those
said it.
playlists.
Yep.
Yeah, those are playlists we have already created.
You had like guest speaker and
from the past. We've
it's just okay. So
we
where
made
would
those. Yeah, those are made in the when you actually upload the video.
okay.
When we
That's when you
go-
have a chance to do it.
Right, or you could come in and again edit the video. If I edit this one, and then if I let's see where.
What group is that one? How do I know?
See more options. Yeah, I'm trying to think if you
Oh,
could
it said education. Oh, but
No,
maybe
that's the
no. Oh, category.
category. Analytics. No, there's no. I was hoping there was just like a playlist. Let's see. It can have playlists. Okay, here's where you can just create a new
Oh.
playlist that has nothing. It looks like.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and click on it. Yeah. So it looks like I could create like an empty one right here in this area right here. So this could be engines or something like that. I would create. So yeah, now obviously it's empty. So it is created. I could come in here, give it a description, and then just close this. And then come back, and then I could do the batch thing again. So say it's these 3 videos that I want in that
And you
engines
can pull them
playlist.
all in. Yeah.
And then I go up here, and then there's engines. It's at the top because I just
Oh,
made
nice.
it.
Okay.
And all 3 of those videos, you would then click save, and then they'll be in there. And yeah, and then there's some more actions. Be careful, like because you could delete forever. You could, if you know you want to get rid of a bunch of videos at the same time, you could highlight it and come here, and it will still give you the like, are you sure you want to do it? And then you could. So that's a powerful tool, the batch editing stuff, where you can just highlight some videos, come up here, and then make some selections. And that's actually an easy way to do playlists, I think. So if you can go and then go in here, make like 4 playlists that you want, and then once you're done here, close out, and then come back in here and highlight each video, all the videos, and then move them into those playlists. That'd probably be your workflow.
And this might be a stupid question, but
Not at all.
this is strictly for YouTube created content, right? Like I couldn't add anything else to that list.
Right. Yeah, like PDFs or files. Yeah.
Something like that to just combine it and house it all together somehow, right?
Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like in descriptions, if you have a link to a document or something, you could put the link in the description. A lot of people do that. So if you
like there'd be the assignment link or something to that or something like that.
Exactly. You could just say, be sure to check the description. Usually links and stuff are in the description. You could totally do that. Yep.
Cool.
So if you need to link out to stuff that's not video content in the description.
Or just to keep
Sure.
them grounded in the class or, or whatever, linked
Yes,
to it.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, and
Um,
is there advertisement for this when students have this interface? Is it as you said, you had some nice language. Is it not too visually disturbing like this one is?
Oh yeah. Well, when they go to your video content, they're just going to get a normal YouTube video page.
They will. So they'll see just the regular ads.
Yeah,
This isn't
yeah. If we click on a video, I mean, like this one, they're going to get, it's just going to be like they're on YouTube.
Oh,
pretty
too
much.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was hoping it was all clean and nice
No,
like yours.
unfortunately not. Yeah, and then
They're
there's
still gonna
algorithmic
advertise during
stuff.
it.
Yeah, I know
Too
it's
bad.
kind of a drag, unfortunately.
They might charge us for that.
And again, this is kind of beyond this. And if you attend a Canvas workshop, you could maybe bring this up. There are ways to embed the video directly in a Canvas course, like embed a
Okay.
YouTube video where the YouTube just shows up in the module embedded without any like surrounding junk, so to speak.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's going to be in Canvas. There is ways to do an embed code and whatnot, but it's
Right.
I'm not the Canvas
yeah.
expert, but
Yeah, and
that is a way
probably
to-
not this semester, right?
yeah, that is a way to avoid all this extra advertising and stuff. But yeah, so that's the basic gist of the YouTube stuff, and I'm pretty much at the end. So if
Thank you.
unless anybody has any questions or concerns, I do have a few minutes. Yeah, so that's your YouTube channel at Mesa Community College, and you don't have any. There's no upload restrictions. Just be aware of content you do upload. They do. Like I wouldn't, you don't want to have any background music going. That's another reason to make sure where you're at.
ASCAP. Yeah.
We've actually had people do a recording somewhere where there was music like elevator
Oh,
music
no.
playing, and it got flagged because it picks
Oh
up.
my gosh.
The algorithm is that sensitive. It picks up the
Wow.
background music, and it's like you're using copyrighted music, and you're like, "This
Oh,
music
brother.
on in the background at the coffee shop." So just
Well, I'm
be
sure that,
aware.
yeah. Oh man, that's so interesting.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really
good to know.
sensitive, and you will get flagged, and you don't want 3 strikes or they like suspend your account and
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty serious.
There's so much to learn today.
I know, right? It's a whole new world.
keep it legal. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, and then there is fair use stuff, and again, that's still a gray area because we have some faculty that use movie clips and things like that, and typically it is under fair use if you put a YouTube clip or like a movie clip within, and that's for folks that are using a video editor to do more complicated type stuff. But yeah, just be aware of background music. If you maybe have the stereo on in your house and it's even in another room, I would probably just be safe and go.
And should we be and I guess if our students have that going on, just ignore it for now.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in virtual, I would just, in some of your first virtual meetings, make some of these suggestions that I'm making,
Yeah,
like
no,
try and be in
it's
a quiet
highly
place.
instructive.
Yeah, and whatnot. Use a good, headset as best as you can. Like,
Is this one any better? Is there less echo or is it about the same?
Yeah, you're sounding actually pretty good. There is some less room echo now that you're on that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I
you
want it to
sound
be
better.
good.
Yeah, there was a little bit of room echo before, but yeah, you sound pretty good.
Okay,
Pretty
good.
But if no one has anything else, I'm going to end it there. And like I said, I just want to end this with like, we are going to be here
Thank you.
virtually. I was passing through, and it sounds like I overheard that the board at this moment is giving the chancellor the powers to do whatever they need to do.
That's
I'm
good. That's very
I'm guessing
good news.
I'm guessing because we'll be considered essential to the transition. The CTL folks will still be on campus probably till Friday. I'm guessing, and again, this is all speculation. I'm thinking probably tomorrow we'll get an email saying if you do not need to be on campus, do not come to campus anymore.
Will you personally be able to do what you do here for us?
Yeah, and that's the
from
thing.
home?
Yes, exactly. And that's what I
super.
mean. This should be seamless. It should appear seamless. It's just the background behind me will be my apartment instead.
Yeah, right.
Because we'll just
You'll
continue
have to work on your backdrop. Yeah.
exactly make sure everything is nice and tidy behind me. But yeah, you'll just see these continue. And like I said, just check back to that calendar. I'm sure we'll populate as things progress. But just keep our website bookmarked, keep that continuity website bookmark. And of course, we're available by email and all that stuff. So
Just one last quick question with the YouTube account verification, even
Yes.
though it's through the college,
yes.
I should just go ahead and have, like, do I need to use my real phone number now? Because it's asking me to, verify
just
with the
put your-
text code
Oh,
that it
that's
says
right.
call me with
Yes, you-
automated voice message or text me. So they want my phone number, it seems, no matter what.
Yeah, honestly, you have to do that or
Okay.
verify your account. Unfortunately, it's just that's Google and that's what they,
Yeah.
I hate that.
'Cause our phone numbers are so linked to everything financial, everything secure. Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering.
Well, I guess you could give it your office number, but you'd have to be able to pick up your office phone and
Which
get
I'm
the
not.
code because you could
Yeah.
have it call your office phone and do it. But
Right.
if you're at home, it's kind of a drag.
Right. Yeah. No, that's okay. I just wondered. I'm usually like try to be under the radar, but not anymore.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, thanks everybody for tuning
you.
in. Yeah,
Do you
and
have a nice question?
Yeah. May I ask one quick question?
yeah, sure.
Okay, so what I've done with another job is I've been able to like have my PowerPoints there, and then they've been able to I've had my PowerPoints, and then I have had YouTube videos that I put into my course that
Okay.
were like how to do certain calculations in their calculator and stuff.
Sure.
So I should be able to do that also in Canvas because both jobs are using Canvas. So I should
Right.
be able to put these links into my Canvas course.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Whew.
Yeah, like I was saying before, you can embed the YouTube video in the course, like where the video plays directly in that page. They cover that in the Canvas workshops and stuff, how to do that. But at the
Okay.
least, like if you're in a hurry or you just are not sure how to do it, you can always just put the YouTube link somewhere in your course.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
you
people will
could.
be able to get it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you just have you do the YouTube link and it pulls it up. So cool. That was all.
Absolutely. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and stay healthy out there. Okay.
Same to you.
Yeah. Thank you very
See you
much.
throughout the week.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.